Sawadee, welcome back to Khem with us. I'm Katie.
I'm Brittany.
And today we're going to be making Thom, which is a Lao caramelized boiled egg.
With meat.
Yes.
Traditionally, you'd be using pork belly with this, but obviously that's very fatty. So we like to use chicken breast or quarter chickens with the skin on. So let's get started.
All right, so for this recipe, you're going to need your chicken, your hard-boiled eggs, some soy sauce, fish sauce, vegetable oil, sugar, salt, galanga, and ginger, some garlic, and cilantro, and red Thai chili peppers to garnish.
All right, so for this recipe, we're going to be using about 5 cloves of garlic, and you're just going to want to smash them. And then we're using a nice sized piece of ginger. All right, you're gonna also wanna cut up some galanga. This usually comes frozen at the grocery store. It's actually in a lot of traditional Lao dishes. For our recipe, we're gonna be using 5 quarter chickens. I mean, you could cook them whole, but we're gonna cut them up into about 3 pieces each piece just to, I don't know, make it easier. This is the chicken butt. Nah, not in this house.
So the first thing you're going to want to do to start this recipe off is get a fairly big sized pan and put your stove onto low heat. And I'm just going to start with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Next, you're going to want to add 1 cup of sugar. We're going to be caramelizing this sugar, so it's going to take a very long time, so just be patient. This step is extremely crucial to this entire recipe. You're going to want to keep your eye on the sugar for the entire time, because if it does burn, which it can very quickly once it does start to brown, it will ruin your entire sauce, so you'll have to start over again. Alright, so once your sugar is done caramelizing, this should take about 10 to 20 minutes. You're going to add in your garlic, galanga, and ginger slices. So you're pretty much just going to fry this until it starts to smell very aromatic. So it's ready to add the next ingredients in. We're going to start with a teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, and half a cup of soy sauce. We're going to let this simmer for a minute, and then we're going to add our eggs and our meat in the pot. Alternatively, you can add your eggs in the last 15 minutes of cooking, but this is the way my dad taught me when I was in high school, and I've always kept doing it. And I like the way that the eggs come out a little bit firmer at the end. We're going to use 4 cups of water to just barely cover your meat.
right, guys, so it's been simmering for at least about an hour. We're just gonna take a look, taste it, and see if we want to make any adjustments. You can see that the eggs are getting a nice brown color. The longer you leave them in, the darker they'll get, the better they'll taste. I'm just gonna try it. Oh my god, it's so good. Katie did a good job. I'm gonna just skim off the top layer of the oil. But it's literally delicious. Like, it's so tasty. It's a little oily like this just because we're using the chicken with the skin on. If you really want this to be really healthy and lean, just use a boneless, skinless chicken breast. Won't be as tasty though. Like Katie mentioned before, actually, our dad taught us how to make this when we were in high school. And the first time she made it for me, I had to lie to her and tell her it was good. It literally tasted like sugar chicken because she didn't brown it right. So when you're doing that whole caramelization process, it really is the trickiest part. It's the most, it takes the longest, but if you get it right, it's delicious. If you get it wrong, start over. Like, don't just start over, throw it out and do it again. Because you do not want to eat sugar chicken. It's disgusting. Some people who make it, like we mentioned, they'll add their eggs right at the end, like 15 minutes before they eat, because they don't want them to be like overdone, where we add them in the beginning when we add our raw chicken. And I do that because I personally like, for instance, if you look here at the egg, I like when they get like really done and they have a kind of harder, tougher white. I don't know, it just tastes really good to me. Yeah. All right, guys, there you have it. We just plated it up with some rice, garnished it with a little bit of the red Thai chili peppers and some cilantro. Smells amazing. It's gonna taste amazing. Katie's already started without me.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Let's eat.